Welcome, young Michiganders. My name is Hannah, and I'm a direct care worker with Samaritan Youth Services. This presentation will guide you through the voting process in our state, empower you to exercise your rights, and highlight the importance of your voice in shaping our future. Somewhere inside all of us is the power to change the world. Roald Dahl. The right to vote in Michigan wasn't always accessible to everyone. Today, we stand on the shoulders of generations who fought for this right. Understanding this history makes your vote even more significant. The right to vote in Michigan started with white male property owners in 1835. And then women fought tirelessly for suffrage, finally gaining the right to vote in 1920. And to kind of put this more in perspective, that was only 100 years ago. And then the Civil Rights Act of 1965 removed racial barriers to voting. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 guaranteed voting rights for minority. And again, this was less than 100 years ago. This is recent history. And these were just the first steps in removing barriers to voting. The voter suppression tactics I'm about to read have been used throughout history to disenfranchise certain groups of voters, particularly minorities, the elderly, and low-income individuals. It's important to be aware of these tactics and advocate for policies that protect the right to vote for all eligible citizens. Voter ID laws, which are requiring specific forms of identification to vote, which can disproportionately affect certain demographics. Limited polling places. This is reducing the number of polling stations, especially in minority-majority areas, leading to a longer wait time and decreased accessibility. And then gerrymandering. This is manipulating district boundaries to favor a particular political party, diluting the voting power of certain groups. Intimidation, which is using threats or intimidation tactics to discourage voters from participating in elections. Voting isn't just about choosing a candidate. It's about shaping the future you want to live in. From education funding to climate change policies, your vote has the power to make a real difference. Your vote shapes areas that impact your life, education, healthcare, jobs, and the environment. It holds elected officials accountable to the people they represent. It strengthens democracy and ensures your voice is heard. Registering to vote is quick and easy. Don't wait until the last minute. Choose the voting method that best fits your needs and schedule. Check your registration. Visit the Michigan Voter Information Center, which is michigan.gov/vote, to find out if you're registered. Register to vote. If you're not registered, do it now. The deadline varies depending on the election. Choose your voting method. Vote in person on election day or vote absentee with a mail-in ballot. Voting in person is a straightforward process. Familiarize yourself with your polling place location and voting procedures beforehand for a smooth experience. Locate your polling place at michigan.gov/vote. Bring an acceptable ID if you have one. Not required, but recommended. I absolutely recommend that you bring your ID. Just from my personal experience. Mark your ballot carefully and follow instructions. Deposit your ballot in the official box. Voting absentee offers flexibility and convenience. Request your ballot well in advance and follow the instructions to ensure it arrives on time. You can request an absentee ballot online or through your local clerk. Review the ballot instructions very, very carefully. Mark your ballot and mail it back early to meet the deadline. And then you can also track your ballot online. This is optional, you don't have to do it, but I recommend doing that. Civic engagement doesn't end when you cast your ballot. You can get involved beyond voting. Stay informed about issues and candidates. Volunteer for campaigns you support. Attend community meetings and rallies. And encourage others to register and vote. Thank you for attending this presentation by Samaritan Youth Services. If you have any more questions about registering to vote or what voting means to you, you can ask any member of staff.